I definitely just did, apartment hacks, like make sure that the water can run hot. Like make sure there's no loose floorboards and the dishwasher works. And also I wanted to stay clear of areas that had like a lot of dumpsters and trash, because I don't like roaches, and that was a problem where I used to live. So I'm not repeating my same mistakes.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's the Milkman, and you already know. Over here at MilkmanTV, we don't discriminate. Whether you're a freshman, soph, senior, or graduate of University of North Texas, this is your chance to be heard. What are some of the pros and cons of UNT? Look, college is a very important step and can be costly if you don't know what you're getting into. So up next, we got a special guest who's going to share their unfiltered experience to help you shape yours. Let's go.
Okay, I'm Julia. I am a junior, and I am a kinesiology major.
Okay, and that's University of North Texas.
Yep.
Okay, so on a scale from 0 to 100, how would you rate the university so far? 0 being avoid at all costs, 100 being you would give your right kidney to re-enroll.
Oh, I'd give it like a 60.
Why is that?
It's a okay school for like socialization, but the academic program is not really there. And the town around it is really centered around the university, so there is not much to do outside of go to school.
Okay, got you. So, how is your program so far? Kinesiology, right?
Mhm.
How is it at University of North Texas so far?
It's all right. The materials were definitely not that challenging. I mean, there was a lot of Quizlet stuff happening, which was, I mean, like, it's really easy to pass when everything's on Quizlet, which could be a plus or a negative for me. I just wanted to learn more, but the classes themselves they're okay. I can't complain.
And what's Quizlet for the people who don't know?
Quizlet is a website that helps students, I guess, study. There's a lot of copy and pasted answer keys and test banks on there that students use to study.
Okay. So now, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being very easy, 10 being very difficult, how hard is kinesiology?
I would say kinesiology is a good 6. It's a lot of human anatomy, but that's kind of the only science that it hones in on. There's not a lot of biology or chemistry, so you have to think very practically though, which is a challenge for some people.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite food?
Um, I like pad thai.
Pad Thai. Okay. So now, on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being terrible, 10 being very good, how good is the food on campus or around campus?
On campus, I'm probably gonna give it's a 6. It was not gray slop, but it was also not gourmet food. Around campus, you can find some really good stuff. There's good Thai restaurants.
Okay. So Thai, you love Thai food pretty much.
I love Thai food, and there's
Oh,
a great Thai food place.
okay. So, now, are you introverted or extroverted?
I'm ambiverted. I'm super equivalent in my introversion and extroversion tendencies.
Okay. So on a scale from 0 to 10, how now, sorry, not 0 to 10, 1 to 10, 1
Mhm.
being very hard, 10 being very easy. How easy is it to find friends on campus?
For me, it was probably like a 4, maybe a 5. I just had to tell myself I needed to get out there and put myself out there, but, I mean, if you cling to your introverted tendencies, it's harder to make friends in any situation, let alone school, so
Okay. Now on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being very difficult, 10 being very easy, how easy is it to find housing accommodations around campus or on campus?
it's probably a 5, I lived off campus both years, but around the school, and it wasn't too hard, but I mean, the quality of the off campus housing is a little questionable, so that's tough.
Okay, any tips to find like proper housing? Like, is there something that you've discovered when you're on your search to find a place?
Um, I definitely just did, apartment hacks, like make sure that the water can run hot. Like make sure there's no loose floorboards and the dishwasher works. And also I wanted to stay clear of areas that had like a lot of dumpsters and trash, because I don't like roaches, and that was a problem where I used to live. So I'm not repeating my same mistakes.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming down to the tail end of these
Mhm.
questions. So, what is the most stressful situation you experienced at University of North Texas?
Um, Stressful. Probably the final for my abnormal psychology class. The entire semester, there were only 2 exams, a midterm and a final, and studying for the final was so stressful, I was going insane.
Wow, so stressful. Like, did you have a lot of stuff? Well, you said you only had two things to study. What made it so stressful?
Well, I mean, it's everything. So you have a midterm, and it's everything from the beginning of the year to the midterm, and then the final is everything from the midterm to the end. So it's a lot of content. And I mean, the class was like 4,000 level class, so the tests were not easy. So I was stressed out studying for that class.
So, I'm assuming you passed. Like, what tips would you give to someone who's in that situation
Um,
to
I
overcome
would
that stress?
honestly, yeah, yeah. I would say try to at least be cognizant about when your exam is coming up, because if you're trying to cram everything a week beforehand, one, you're not going to have time to study for your other classes, and two, it's like too much. You cannot do all that. So I guess just plan accordingly and make sure that you're actually keeping up, because I mean, you do pay for these classes as well. So get
Okay.
your money's worth.
All right, got you. And this is the last question. What's one piece of advice you would either give to a future student or like your past self who's planning to go to University of North Texas?
Just put yourself out there. It's Everybody's in the same boat. Nobody knows anybody. So just be genuine to yourself, because you're a cool person and you're gonna make friends. You just have to take that one step of faith, and the rest is it works out.
All right, so there you have it. Some pros and cons of University of North Texas. Was there something we missed that you feel should have been said? If so, leave your comments below, because you never know who you'll end up helping. Anyways, you know what's a milkman, baby, and I'm about to dip like chicken nuggets in barbecue sauce. But in the meantime and in between time, smash the like, tap that sub, because I'm off this. Easy, fam.